Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK. Haven't spoken for a couple of days, been on a training course. I love a training course, don't you? Especially when you have to drive somewhere where it's miles away in the wrong direction, like in the direction of London, and it takes you over an hour to do 11 miles. That's my favourite sort of training course. My name is Sarah. I found carnivore in December 2014. I've dillied and dallied, and now I'm on over 400 days of my last ever restart. Didn't check my app first, so don't know the exact day, but I don't count too much. But I am on day, I believe, 27 of my Lion Day special. Lion Diet 27 days of my Lion Diet special, and Saturday will be my weigh-in, and then I'll be doing my video on Sunday to tell you how much I lost in my Lion Diet special, what my plans are moving forward, whether I'm going to continue to do fasting or not, what my plans are, how much weight I think I lost out of bloating from giving up the cheese, and then how much weight I think I lost from fat. The only way to really tell would be to go straight back onto cheese and then a week later weigh in and see how much fat pounds there was. But I'm not planning to do that. I'm staying off cheese until at least the middle of November minimum. That is when I have a meetup in the UK, the winter meetup with George from George Good Enough channel and Carl from the Primal Lifestyle channel, and others, Lauren from Farmer's Life, or whichever way round she says it. So lots going on. So I'm going to stay off cheese until absolutely minimum 15th of November, longer if that event doesn't actually take place, because there will be cheese served at that event. Failing that, I'm going to go right through the winter with it. Stay off, keep the nasal channels clear, keep the brain clear. I think the not having the brain fog, and it does get in there. It gets in the tubes. Cheese does get in the tubes and the cream. So I'm keeping those out for as long as I can. And it was hell getting them out, so I'm going to keep them out. So we're on it's Wednesday the 24th of September, and I'm on day, I think it's 27 of my Lion Diet special. Didn't check my app first, but I think that's right. I think this Saturday is day 30 from memory. Feeling fantastic. Getting to the point where I don't want to stop. You know, when I used to follow the carnivore veterans, they always said do 30 days. Just do 30 days of it and then decide. Don't decide before the 30 days. Just push through and get to the 30 days and see how you feel and see if you want to keep going. So a lot comes down to how much weight did I lose? How do I feel? Can I afford to continue? Because I only really enjoy Lion when I'm eating steaks. And so I'm going to have to find out how I'm going to figure out how I'm going to pay for all the new steaks if I keep going. So let us see. One way of making it cheaper is to go down to OMAD. OMAD means even less money spent on steaks, more weight lost, feeling even better. So let's see. That's somewhere I can move to if I need to. Instead of having 2 meals a day, I'll try and drop down to just 2 steaks a day in one really tight little window. Fast the rest of the time. Good weight loss before Christmas, and it doesn't cost as much money. So this is something I'm currently thinking about, but I will decide at the weekend. I will show you my weight loss graph, how much I weighed at the beginning of, in July 2024. I'll show you the little incremental weight steps down. Cut a long story short, when I do mixed carnivore with cheese and snacking, I stay the same. When I do Lion and fasting with no snacking and no cheese, I start moving down again. And it all comes down to a battle of wills. What do I want to do more? Do I want to do all of the things and snack more, or do I want to lose weight more? And that's a daily decision I have to make. There are lots of people who will lose weight doing any kind of carnivore, any kind of low carb. I live with people who can lose weight just thinking about doing low carb. I have to go that extra step down that ladder, a bit further down those rungs of that ladder into absolute perfection before my weight will move. And then it becomes a choice. What do I want to do today? So this is not a complaint. I do cook for carb addicts, regular meals, buying them food, snacks. And so I feel more comfortable when I can snack. Obviously on pork rinds and cheese and things like that. But I know I don't lose weight that way. So this is something that's become very, very clear to me, and I'm okay with it. I try not to moan about it too much. Apologies if you can hear the traffic going by. So yes, I think that's all I need to say. This meetup, promote the meetup again. 15th of November, we're trying to gain interest for that. Pop over to Carl at the Primal Lifestyle channel. He's trying to gather interest. Put comments on his videos saying you're interested, and then you'll receive emails, and then you can register your interest that way. We just need to see if it's, I don't think it's been absolutely confirmed yet. I think they're still deciding if there's enough interest to do it. We are capping the numbers though, I believe. I say we, I'm not on the committee, I'm not involved. I have proven to be not a very good committee member and not dedicated. They're the guys that deserve all the credit. I am just sometimes chatting about it on my channel. I will not be claiming any credit for these events. They put in so much hard work and I didn't. So hats off to those guys for the hard work they put in. So at the moment, I think they're just gathering interest, and then just they've got the meat and they've got the cheese and they've got the venue. They just need to make sure that people come. So I really want to come. So if everyone can go, then I can go, because I really want to go to this one, because there's no excuse this time. I will not be on a family holiday. I will not be working. It's not the middle of the summer holidays, so I want to go. So that's basically my update for today. I had a training course yesterday. I was controversial. No. I'm getting very cheeky now. Let me tell you a little story. I thought it was funny. I haven't told the family because they're going to turn around and say, well, why did you say that? Why did you bother? Why did you say that? But I thought it was quite, I'm still giggling about it. When I woke up in the middle of the night for my one nighttime wee that I'm having now, I laughed about it. Walking to the toilet. It's not funny, I'm just laughing at my absolute... I'm getting worse as I get older, basically. I'm saying what I think and caring less and less and less what people think. One of my mottos is, if you have absolutely no enemies in this life, that means you've stood up for nothing. If something means that much to you, you should really be willing to lose friends over it and jobs. Just saying. This lovely lady that's parked next to me has an EV, but also has the most gorgeous BMW. What a contrast. She's in the gorgeous car today. Just caught my eye. Right. I went to a training course yesterday, and one of the topics was, what makes you cross? I don't have a normal functioning brain. All the other women were saying things like, oh, when my husband doesn't put doesn't do the washing up, or when people walk slowly in a supermarket, or when the husband puts the recycling in the normal bin or puts it on top of the bin. And I just thought, wow, these are such non-problems. I thought, shall I say it? Shall I not? And they were asking everybody. This was a course about dysregulation in children and what sets people off and what gets people's gander up and things like that. And I thought, I don't know anyone in this room. I don't know anyone in this room. I am never going to see these people again. So I'm going to tell them what upsets me. And I could feel my heart rate racing. And I said, well, my first thing is actually something... The first thing that really gets me going at the moment is actually quite controversial, so it's probably best if you skip me. And then, of course, every one of them wants to know what it is now. And so this bunch of women on the other table said, oh, no, I want to know what it is now. I think go for it. What's going to happen? I said, what really winds me up at the moment is people that pay for stuff on their phones. And the lady at the front was, oh, why is that then? I said, because I don't like the idea, it makes me feel uncomfortable that we're being tracked everywhere we go. Every single thing we do is tracked, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. And silence in the room. I said, I literally only spend cash. She said, oh, and everyone's just quiet because I know that every single person in that room pays for shit on their phones. So I'm just my heart is actually going dunk, 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 dunk. So I know that literally everyone in the room hates me at this moment. I've made about 35 enemies, bang, all in one go. And she said, what happens if they don't take cash? And I said, well, I just leave the goods on the side and walk out. I don't spend money there. And she just smiled, and then we moved on, and I just sat there. My heart was going for a bit because I just thought, I've literally just pissed off about 35 people in one go. But if you don't want to know somebody's real answer to a question, don't ask the question, because most of the answers that came out were really vanilla, non-problems, like my husband forgets to take the rubbish out, or people that, you know, talk loudly on a phone, or people that walk too slowly in supermarkets, or something like that. And I just thought, wow, are these your problems? Or are you just choosing the most vanilla one possible so you don't upset anyone? And I said, people that pay for stuff on their phones. And you know what? Afterwards, 2 people did actually approach me afterwards and say that they regret having their card on their phone and they would really like to take it off, but they're worried about going out without money to spend and then forgetting. And because obviously it's become very convenient for them to just take their phone out, because it does everything then, isn't it? It's a little computer, it tells you your messages, it pays for stuff. And if they forget, but 2 people did approach me, and I thought they were going to have a go at me, but they didn't. They actually said that, you know, so obvious. And I'm hoping I've planted a seed in people. Most of them will go home and not even think about it, but I'm hoping a couple of them will go home and think, wow, she's had a go at me. But every time they tap their phone in the next 48 hours, they're going to think of it and think of themselves being tracked, and just hope that something goes off in that brain, that non-thinking vanilla brain of theirs. Ooh, maybe I don't want to have it. People tracking me. It made me laugh. And I'm probably going to giggle about it all day today. And I'm going back to that same training course in 2 weeks, and I'm going to go in there and my usual smiles. Everyone's casual, I'm cash. Knowing that I 2 weeks ago pissed the whole lot of them off. Probably. But like I said, if you don't have any enemies at all, that means you've stood for nothing. So think about what's more important to you, your values, or people that you don't even know or barely even like. Anyway, that's my topic of conversation today. We are having some sun today, but it's going to be cold, so I've got my... It's not summer anymore, guys. I've got some new fleeces that are super snuggly for work, and I will wear them at home as well. Anyway, I'm going to watch this back, see if anything makes any sense. Listen one more time to my little story of yesterday, and later on I'll upload this. And on Sunday will be my... So Saturday is day 30, Sunday is day 31, and that'll be the day when I do a video talking about my experience, how it's gone, showing you my weight charts, what I've lost, how much bloating I think I've lost, and an estimate of how much fat I think I've lost. It's only going to be an estimate because you can't tell. I'm expecting the weight loss to be around somewhere between 8 and 10 pounds, and I know that a good half, maybe even 2/3 of it is bloating, and I'm hoping that there's 2 or 3 pound of fat loss in there. And then my decision is then, where do I go from here? So you have an amazing day. If you've got any meat, go and eat it. If you've got any water, go and drink it. Protect your peace. Do what it takes for you to be healthy and happy, but stick up for yourself and stick up for your values. And if it's not your time to be carnivore right now, it's not your time until it is. But if it's not, I can help. Pop in the comments below. We can talk about it in my next video. You take care, and I will see you tomorrow or the next day. Who knows with me? It's going to be tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye.